This sure seems very different from what Paimon imagined. Shouldn't Irminsul be in this realm of—
Yes, that is our destination. But I didn't expect the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rick. Forbidden knowledge? It seems you know about a concept that even I don't. Your inference seems logical enough. Forbidden knowledge once polluted the desert thousands of years ago, but was successfully repelled thanks to King Deshret's self-sacrifice, and Greater Lord Rukkhadevata nearly exhausting her power. Then, a second instance of forbidden knowledge pollution occurred during the Conria Cataclysm 500 years ago. But I'm afraid it is much more serious this time, with Irminsul itself.
So, if we're in the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, and it's also been affected by forbidden knowledge—
Yes. It's very possible that she sacrificed her life in the fight against forbidden— She didn't completely eradicate forbidden knowledge, but if it weren't for her actions, the pollution would have been far more rare. The way that everyone, including me, has forgotten everything about forbidden knowledge may very well be due to—
Aww. Do you feel sad?
I'm just sharing her pain. The pollution of her consciousness here is severe. Did she fight to resist the forbidden knowledge pollution in such terrible conditions? She even used her last remnant of lucid consciousness to leave a clue for us to follow. Yes, her words were distorted by forbidden knowledge, but now we have a chance to find the answer. We can cross the and then we'll let Greater Lord Rukkhadevata tell us the truth. Each of us need to be mindful of even with the Gnosis' protection. Don't worry, it should be easy enough for you to keep.
In the air? Then why is there a huge boat?
That's the boat of consciousness, which symbolizes reason here. Its course is the...
Wow! What are these? The monsters seem to have been affected by them.
I see everything!
Filter!
Hey!
Nowhere to run! Scatter! Spring forth! Get out of here! Filter!
Everybody stand back!
Propagate! Filter! Judgment is upon you! Guilty!
Look! A four-leaf sigil has appeared in the sky!
Surrender!
Everyone hold hands!
Propagate! Nowhere to run!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
I've seen stars.
Spring forth! Surrender!
Everybody stand back! Let's light it up!
Futile!
To control the boat of consciousness, we need to find the helm first. We changed direction. Are we still going the right way, Nahida?
Mm-hmm. Judging from the current route, the boat of consciousness will soon... We'll be arriving at our destination soon. How are you feeling? Are your minds still intact?
Huh? But everything's been completely normal for Paimon.
Hopefully there won't be any more interruptions. This time,
Are you saying you've never met Greater Lord...
no. It seems that my birth and her death took place at the same time. Otherwise, I think she would have given me a little more guidance, and I could have done a better job.
Hey, you've done a great job, Nahida. Let's get out of this So, is this the place you were talking about? The base of Irminsul?
Well, this is the place.
We're here to find Greater Lord Ruka Devata, right? But the one standing over there is...
Is that... me? She looks exactly like me. Are you Greater Lord Ruka Devata?
Yes, that's me. Are you surprised by my appearance? Irminsul and the surrounding lands have been reproduced here as they were years ago. but this is just a realm of consciousness. We are manifestations of the same nature, hence why we would appear exactly the same.
We're of the same nature? Why?
Because you are me, and I am you. You are me in the new samsara.
The new samsara?
As Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, I'm the avatar of Irminsul, and you are the purest branch snapped from Irminsul. Imagine it this way. Even if a tree dies, its branches will eventually take root and grow, continuing the tree's life in another form. I'm merely the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. The real me has presumably died a long time ago. Judging from your appearance, I've probably been dead for 500 years. But you're finally here. My new self in the samsara.
If this is true, then am I going to be a great Archon like you someday?
Though we share the same nature, our fates are bound to be different. All things have their own fate. When a branch grows into a mature tree, it won't be the same as the original tree.
That's why fate is the ultimate knowledge, isn't it?
That's a great insight. Yes, very good. It's also precisely why you won't become like me.
Really?
But perhaps you may become an even greater Archon than I. I already see a determination in you that I didn't possess in my time, and the future that it leads you to will be yours alone. Along with the blessings from your past experiences. Don't worry. The growth of wisdom is like that of a plant. You only need to wait quietly for the flower to bloom.
Come to think of it, the sages never had the faintest inkling of the meaning of wisdom.
Thank you. Nothing makes me happier than discovering that the Archon I always admired was in fact myself in another fate. It's so nice to speak with you, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. I've always wanted to meet you.
The feeling is mutual. From the moment I snapped the branch off Irminsul and created you, I've also looked forward to talking with you.
Could you tell me why you wanted to create me? And what exactly happened when you died?
Ah, I see. You're here seeking answers, right? Everything that day, even the sky itself, changed into a color like this. At that time, the seven were all summoned to the nation of Conria. Except for me. I had a more important task to attend to. I had to protect Irminsul. The disaster occurred together with the pollution of forbidden knowledge. At that very moment, with my consciousness connected to Irminsul, the pain started to torment my mind. By the time I reached Irminsul, had I not repelled the pollution of forbidden knowledge with King Deshret thousands of years ago, I might have felt even more hopeless and lost.
So what exactly is forbidden knowledge?
It's a kind of knowledge that doesn't belong to this world, and a form of truth that can't be understood. It came from the very bottom of the abyss. Even I could never understand it. The world is constantly rejecting it, leading to all kinds of bad phenomena. If we allow forbidden knowledge to pollute Irminsul, I'm afraid the entirety of Tevat could fall apart.
So, there's knowledge that even the God of Wisdom can't...
At that time, I knew I couldn't repel the forbidden knowledge with my strength alone, which is why I created a device that compiled human wisdom and named it the Akasha.
It's truly the world's most amazing invention.
Thank you. For a long time, I thought dreams were the fruit of human. Though it was selfish to do so, I borrowed people's dreams using the Akasha. Then I compiled their wisdom and all of my own power.
Well, did it work?
Thanks to the wisdom of the people of Sumero, almost all the forbidden knowledge was cleared from Irminsul. But things didn't go as smoothly as I thought. I had a terrible... And then I remembered that my consciousness was also connected with Irminsul. It brought me knowledge and wisdom. From the very beginning, my existence had been...
Oh no. How could that...
I've experienced that pain in your consciousness.
Yes, but my feelings weren't important. The important... Even if I died, my existence and everything related to me would continue to exist in Irminsul as memories and knowledge, meaning that the forbidden knowledge couldn't ever be permanently eradicated, and there's no way for me to eliminate myself. So, I took the purest branch of Irminsul as my incarnation in the next samsara, and left a trail of clues, all in hopes that you would come here and remove me and my pollution from Irminsul forever.
Wait, no, I can't.
So you realize what that implies? You are very smart indeed. Irminsul has all the knowledge and memories of this world. Removing me from Irminsul means I essentially will never have existed in this world, but this is the only way to save Irminsul.
People love you so much, and they've missed you so much over the past 500 years. How can we just forget? Is there really no other way?
You're the god of wisdom, Boer. You should know that there is no...
But this is so...
No need to feel so sad, Boer. As someone who delights in wisdom, you should feel joy. These are the words in their entirety. The answer you've been... Let the world completely forget me. We all nestle under the great tree of wisdom, peering out to perceive the world. From the earth and from the rain, we perceive its wonders, until we become a white bird to perch atop a branch, and finally snap off the most important leaf. Once upon a time, I alone dreamed in this world. In my dreams, everybody would also dream after they fell asleep. Wild and wonderful thoughts would emerge from their minds. Some tumbled to the ground, and others floated to the sky, connecting all things in the world into one dazzling net. Among a plethora of worlds were numerous smaller worlds, all of fate, finding within the tapestry their brilliant glow. I gradually understood that these indescribable and constantly changing things are the most profound things in the world. Only they can completely repel the madness. Only dreams can awaken consciousness from the deepest darkness. I'm the one who posed this question, yet also the one who sought a solution. Saving the world with the dreams of the people used to be my answer. And now, you've also found your own answer, and I shall return all the dreams to the people. Goodbye, people of Sumero. May you be blessed tonight with the sweetest of dreams.
Are you awake? Kale says it's time for breakfast. Come on, get up! Good morning! How are you feeling today? Good to hear. It looks like we've recovered pretty well. Not even Tainari could stop us from going out now, right? Come on, Traveler, let's go! Good morning. Looks like you're awake. Yep.
I prepared some breakfast today. Please have a taste. I hope...
It's nice to have you here so we can eat.
Well, now that I've recovered from Elazar, I'm feeling better than ever. I can even prepare 4 or 5 meals a day now.
And Paimon bets they're all delicious.
Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night.
Nope. Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after you woke up. So, oh, it's from Nilu. Ahem. We're going to hold a feast at the Grand Bazaar and celebrate Cyano's reinstatement. As heroes of Sumero, please be sure to attend. I'll wait for you.
Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. That's amazing. Sometimes I'm really envious of strong and confident people like you. Oh, you're embarrassing me.
Anyway, let's go to the Grand Bazaar to have a look.
Oh, before you leave, be sure to... Everything has been getting better lately. You can come find me anytime if you need anything. You're welcome.
Grow.
Good morning. How do you feel today?
We feel much better. How about you?
I'm recovering well. Thanks for asking.
But from the looks of it, you seem to be already busy.
It's fine. I'm not that busy, really. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Hypatia. For now, I only need to tend to my Forest Watcher.
It seems once Irminsul started getting better, everything else started to recover too.
Yes, but there are still some residual. The withering is one example. Though it won't spread anymore, the existing zones won't just disappear. We forest rangers will still need to do the work.
By the way, we have some good news.
This news is hardly new.
Huh? You mean he was already here?
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were resting. He just asked me a few questions and...
Then you probably already know all about the celebration feast.
Celebration feast? No,
Huh? But didn't Nilu say in her letter that...
Perhaps, or alternatively, he doesn't...
Come to think of it, Cyno doesn't seem like the type who'd enjoy a celebration. You and Kale are both Cyno's close friends. Why don't...
Kale has taken over some of my tasks these days. I don't think she'll have time for it. Not to mention me. You see, some VIPs have come to the forest recently.
Huh?
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have begun their training in the Avidya forest, and the people they had previously imprisoned...
Huh?
Yes, he's the little... Lesser Lord Kusanali, in her boundless mercy, has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. Supposedly, when they learned that Lesser Lord Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first, but also became happy, feeling that the sacred light guiding them on the path of discovery. As a result, work has increased for the...
That sounds really exhausting.
There's nothing we can do, really. But that's another topic. Back to the matter at hand.
Ah, right!
You've recovered well. You may go. Is there anything else you'd like to ask about? Ah, yes. Thanks for remembering her. She continued her training in the forest after she recovered. As a scholar, a lot has happened lately. Kale and I have been busy. As for Sino's reinstatement, the more I think about it, the more I suspect that he just doesn't have a single. But this does remind me that Kale and I should find an opportunity to celebrate him as well. And you as well. Thank you. Take care.
Scatter!
Well, there won't be any problems.
Mr. Zubair, I finished telling things up here.
Is a simple reply really?
Oh, it'll be fine.
I was thinking the same thing. Hey, Nilu! Traveler, Paimon! We got your letters, so here we are! You're the best. The other guests haven't even... Huh? Are we... Yeah. I had someone deliver letters to all of our guests. But maybe everyone is still...
Look, I get it. Sumero is in an extremely important period of... Nilou is Sumeru's #1 celebrity, after all. You have no idea.
If you consider enjoying Nilu's dances having good taste, then because Paimon thinks everybody will love her performance.
That's right. We all think she's an... Nilou is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the Grand Master Zubair. Let's have a vote for the most outstanding...
Nonsense. It is not for us to... But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people.
Ooh, good idea.
I don't want you giving pictures of me to everyone. There's always a lot going on. Yeah, and that's why... Traveler and Paimon, could you help confirm if for some reason they didn't receive the letter? Yeah, we can also check out how everything in Sumero... When I wrote the letters, I heard... As for Sino, we've only heard that he appeared... I'm not too sure as for Dunyarzad. Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler.
You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the Ksharawar. Besides, as a master builder and craftsman, chances are you'll be appointed...
Why do I feel like you don't really mean it?
Huh. What makes you say that? Why would you question my heartfelt sincerity?
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about me before.
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment, and anyone who knows you as well as I do would surely do the same.
Ugh, you... See? This is why I hate discussing anything with you. Your ridiculous and arrogant attitude always gets in the way.
It seems that you really can't stand my personality.
Ha! What was your first clue?
Well, then you might as well move out of my house.
Are you threatening me? Stooping to a new low, I see. Ugh, and don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close tomorrow.
Are they having a fight?
Forget what's going on with the academia. Haven't you been busy with your construction project? Tell me, When are you going to build yourself a mansion?
Don't get me started. I get angry just thinking about it.
So, what great building did our master architect work on this time?
Like I need to tell you. Keep your nose out of my business.
No, I think we deserve to know. Where were you when Sumero needed you most?
I was in the desert for a large project, but considering Haravatat's utter ignorance of architectural and aesthetic matters, you probably wouldn't understand. Which is truly unfortunate. I can only pity the man who doesn't understand the first thing. Hold on, wait a second. What do you mean by when Sumero needed me most?
Well, while you were out fiddling around in the desert, many people came together to save Sumero from a crisis.
Ha! And you think I'd believe that?
Look, all you really need to know is that Azar and all his accomplices—
Huh? What nonsense are you—
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darshan was the one trying to apply for funding from the Grand Sage.
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
Nowhere to run!
Hey, Alhaitham!
Oh, it's you two.
We're running some errands for Nilu. Have you received her letter?
Letter?
Nilu said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. We'll also be celebrating Zino's
If she addressed the letter to Alhaitham of the Academia, then the letter should have gone to my office. I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office. I only now have some free time to attend to personal matters.
Have you always been so busy with your work?
Of course not. I'm only busy these days because several sages have been dismissed recently and the whole Academia was practically turned up.
Kainari told us they all went to train in the Avidia Forest. Apparently they will spend their—
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned the other 2 rational sages.
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Feels kind of strange to hear them called that after all this time. But then again, the 6th grade school—
Yes, at least. It's said that when the Academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the 6 great schools, each representing one of the 6. Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans attaching themselves to the 6 great schools have stood the test of time and obtained permanent seats in the Academia. Now, the 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6 great schools, and the leaders selected for the schools are the 6 great sages. Among the 6 great sages, there is one central leader, the Grand Sage. Unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now. They were imprisoned for opposing Azar, and—
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools now?
Yes. Normally, new sages are selected based on—
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection and—
Yes, about that. You didn't let me finish my sentence. The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help Lesser Lord Kusanali manage the Academia. But I refused.
Huh? But why? Ugh, can't you be a little—
I'm not even interested in being one of the 6 great sages. Like I said before, I don't like being a leader.
Oh, all right. So are you busy these days?
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the Academia before the new sages take office. And the first thing I'll do is reject Kasharawar's application for funding.
By the way, who was that other person just now? Is he your friend?
Do we look like friends?
Paimon doesn't know. That's why Paimon's asking.
His name is Kaveh, my roommate. You could say he's the representative for Ksharawar scholars. Which is exactly why he always has so many problems.
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people of Sumero.
Such is the work of the Academia Scribe.
Well, anyway, no matter how busy you are, since you are our planner, remember to attend the celebration feast.
All right. The House of Dana is the last quiet place in the whole academia now. I was originally planning to stay here a little longer, but there's a chance that Kaveh might show up again.
Let's wait for a little.
This is Port Ormos. Now where could...
Is that Paimon I hear?
Huh?
Oh, it's been a while. How are you doing?
Dad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
I'm doing well. I can go as far as saying I have never, I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard about it.
Yeah!
That's right. My lady is feeling better now, so I'm accompanying her for a walk.
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed my
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady. Old habits die hard.
Resignation? You mean you're quitting?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much. It wouldn't be a problem if you would...
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. You should know that by now, my lady. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered. It's time for me to get back out there and chase that horizon.
So what are you gonna do now if you're not gonna be a bodyguard anymore?
I want to take a risky job and put my body to the test again.
Huh? But we literally just finished one of the most dangerous jobs ever! Are you getting...
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with you, I wouldn't have come up with this idea. I guess I still get fired up by that feeling of going all out in a fight. It made me realize that I'm still a mercenary through it. Life is short, and I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing also made me realize that there are still many problems in Sumero. And as a desert dweller, I'm still not completely ready to settle.
Well, I remember a friend had someone bring you a...
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect him to still remember that. I thought he was
We just came from talking with Alhaitham at the academy.
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come work at the academia?
What?
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and Alhaitham told me that now was a good time to find a job in the academia. But only if I wanted to.
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither. But I think Dia would look great.
Ugh, forget about it. I wouldn't last 10 seconds in there. Alhaitham probably just liked the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight. So he suggested I find some work in the academia.
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Sino might actually actually agree and let you become a Matra, because you're super amazing.
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have Sino. I prefer to be free to live however I choose. In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be right up my alley.
Even if being a mercenary means facing all kinds of danger.
A lion has to return to the wild sooner or later. If anything, being your bodyguard has been unfamiliar territory.
I don't want to see you go, but
I'm glad to hear you say that. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet again. Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumero will take a turn for the better. But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before long, we'll be a dying breed. So I'd better get to work while I still can.
Huh? But wait a second.
Well, no, not yet at least. I promised my lady I'd stick around until next.
So, have you been...
Oh, did Nilou write?
She heard that you were...
Huh. It was probably sent to the inn that we're... My lady has been very energetic.
Right, and...
So what it really said...
I bet the letter's at the reception desk.
No wonder there wasn't a reply.
Sorry to make you two come all the way.
It must be something important for...
Yes, she said...
Great! I'll be sure to...
Count me in too. But is there some sort of dress code or anything for the feast? Can I just show up looking like...
Since it's being organized by Nilou, I don't think she'll be too picky about that.
All right, then this is how I'll show up.
The feast will be held in 2 days, so...
Sure.
Thank you so much for letting...
Oh, by the way, do you happen to know where Sino and Raman are?
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes without a trace. Normally no one knows his whereabouts.
Oh.
But last time we met, he mentioned that he had something to do in Aru Village. You can try your luck there. As for Raman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something to discuss with Sino. You can ask Sino when you meet him. Don't mention it. You'd better get going.
All right, on to our next stop.
After recovering from Elazar, everything seems so different to me. When I look at the scenery I visited before, it has a completely different feeling.
Yeah, you need to be...
I think I've heard...
Is there any place you'd like to... Fine by me. If we go to the desert, I can introduce you to my friends there. But
Let's go! I'll go pack my luggage now. After we're done with the feast in 2 days, we can...
you can count me in.
It's been a while since we last visited Aru Village. Ah, there's Sino!
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tanari agreed to let us leave, so now we're out and about again.
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment is still as good as ever.
Mm-hmm. And Tighnari is recovering well, too.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're the one who brought us to him when we lost consciousness, right? Thanks for that.
You're welcome. Tighnari has excellent medical skills, and Kale is quite attentive.
But why are you just standing here like a dead tree?
I'm meeting some people.
Oh, you mean Candace?
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. They're still at the usual place. But you know one of the people I'm meeting is...
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell me you've run into trouble, Anita.
Roman! And...
Oh, you know me?
Oh, well,
Don't worry, these are our friends. No need to be so guarded.
I see.
I'm doing well. Many good things have happened recently.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole life has started to shine after suddenly finding a new direction.
Oh, tell us everything.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Alright, well, I suppose I should start. I've decided to leave the academia.
What?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. Instead, I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar, but I have not completely
I can see what you're saying.
What do you mean?
I plan to leave the academia and return to teach.
Wow, so you want to become a teacher?
Sataria will return to support education here and teach people from the desert. She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumero. She came to discuss a collaboration with me and hoped that I could bring her ideas to the Eremites.
Yes, it's my hope that the Eremites can help me select a group of smart people with the best aptitude for teaching. I'll teach them, and after they've finished learning from me, they can go educate more people. That is the true meaning of education and the spreading of—
The people of King Deshret suffer. The stars have always guided caravans.
Oh, please. Where's all of this coming from?
You deserve these compliments. Mercenaries are accustomed to danger and don't fear death, which is why we recognize extraordinary—
Sataria's idea will bring much good to many people.
At first, I feared it was destined to fail. Everyone knows, as you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control, and very few desert dwellers are as lucky. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart, as if there were lightning bolts constantly. Sataria, you tread a treacherous path. Sataria, what—
Miss.
These words sparked something in me, and I knew that I had to bring something back to my people after going home. I gathered up the courage to approach the Grand Sage, only to find that he was no longer at the Academia. Lord Sino told me that Azar didn't—
Azar has received much-needed punishment. Though, if you ask me, it may have been too light.
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the Academia for the desert, and accompanied me here to discuss collaboration with members of the Eremites. My plan was able to go smoothly, thanks—
You're all doing so much.
Aside from that, I also have some other—
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the desert. I've done some business for her. I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the Academia, and sent them to several groups in the desert, as instructed by Lesser—
That's exactly what the people here need. Physical books and other related items. If it weren't for Sino and Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'm afraid we'd never be able to get our—
Apart from this, the Academia is also recruiting scholars that are willing to teach in the desert. I'll let you and— We must be persistent about this, and maintain these resources to ensure long-term effectiveness.
This is the first time in hundreds of years we've had a glimmer of hope. I think this may be the turning point. Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest, Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration. I hope people with wisdom like that priest will rise again among the desert dwellers. Then we'll once again see the wisdom and glory that once shook the world.
Enough about us. Are you here to discuss some business too?
No, not at all. We're actually here on behalf of Nilu. Nilu wanted to write to everyone, but she wasn't sure where the letters should be sent, so she asked us to come find everyone personally. A celebration feast will be held in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. She hopes that all of you will be able to attend. At the feast, we'll also be celebrating Sino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra. Although, judging from your appearance, it seems you've already been reinstated. Paimon
Celebration? Feast? It's the first I've heard of it.
Tighnari was right. He really didn't know.
This feast is for you, Sino. Sounds to me like you'll have to be there.
It's rare to see that kind of expression from Lord Sino. You must not like
No, not really. But I'll go.
Well, I still have a lot to handle here. Besides, I need to look after Miss Sataria in the desert.
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. Although, if you'd be so kind, please give a message to the messengers. I'm sorry for how I treated you before, but now I understand the beauty of your dance. You and the art you symbolize are not only beautiful, but also please keep dancing. And someday, I'll be—
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well. Oh, Sino, remember—
Got it.
Anyway, our preparation has been—
Yes.
Indeed. Take it one step
Right, roll.
Everyone hold hands.